This episode of Tree Living, we are going to show you the process we took from gutting the bus to getting the floor ready for subfloor.
Hey, what up, YouTube? So, I guess it'll just be like the start of it. We got some other footage we might release. I don't know. But yeah, this is gonna be like, I guess, the beginning. If you can't see, I'm in a school bus. So as you can see, we got most of the seats already gutted. Yeah. There's the seats. Yeah, that's kind of that. Okay. So yeah, basically the plan is to convert this to a tiny house. We got some good shit planned. I mean, we're pretty excited. We're gonna put a wood stove in, shower, all that kind of good stuff. So our kind of plan is to go around the United States, and then every kind of little cool place we stop, we're gonna plant a tree along the way. So one good thing, we're planting more trees, which is awesome, and on top of it, it's kind of also like making our mark on this earth by leaving our legacy. So that's kind of our plan, and we want to do that to figure out where in the United States we want to set up our actually farm and our like kind of homestead. Cheers to all you guys out there. Let's get to work.
So after removing all the seats, Jess, my sister, and I started working at removing all the wire chases and the covers that cover all the main bus wires. We also started removing the back ceiling panels and some of the panels that are underneath the windows, just to try to get a look at what we had to work with, how rusty everything was, and how much demolition we were really going to have to do. The next part was to remove all those tracks or rails you can see there in the flooring. They were put in to hold the wheelchairs down because this was a handicap bus. But every single bolt was extremely rusted and was almost impossible to get off. So I had to come up with some other means or way to extract the bolts and remove the rails. I found the best way to remove the tracks from the floor of the bus was to cut each Allen head bolt in a cross pattern, and then taking a punch and pounding the head of the bolt through the body of the bus. By cutting this cross pattern, it allowed the head of the bolt to cave in on itself and the bolt to go straight through. On these next few photos, I'm going to show you some of the rust damage that we had. It's definitely worse than some of the conversions that I've seen out there, but at the price that we paid for this bus, we couldn't pass it up. It seemed like most of it was in the back wheel wells. Very little of it was up front. So here you'll see the steps I took to eliminate all the rust and weak spots in the body. It was a very tedious process, but definitely necessary because I wanted this bus to last us a very long time. Here you can see me taking a wire wheel to any surface rust, trying to get it ready to be converted, which we'll show you here in a little bit. These next few clips are my buddy Tommy and I bracing and welding up the floor. There's some parts that we needed to add in some more bracing just to sturdy everything up, and also have places to attach the new flooring to, as you can see here with this piece of angle iron that we just put in. Next, I'll show you some of the patches that I welded in.
All right, guys. So this is like an update, I guess. I'm working on welding the patches in the floor in. This side over here already pretty much got done. I'm working on this side over here, and I'll show you kind of what we got going on. All right, so this was like a little spot. We just welded that little patch in there, but this is the main plate.
After we look at the rest of this rust damage and repair, we're going to switch over to the steps we took to convert the rest of the rust into iron oxide and also clean and paint the floor. And of those two, cleaning definitely took the longest. I think in the future we're going to do an in-depth video of our process and what we did.
This is a clean floor. And this is a dirty floor. Clean floor, dirty floor. clean floor, dirty floor. So as you can see, we got all that done. About that much left to do. So we're using a degreaser. What we are using is crud cutter. So I just want to add this into it. I might have went a little overboard with the cleaning, but this is my house, so I'm gonna make it as nice as I possibly can. I mean, I don't see other people strip all the paint and wire brush all the paint off the walls, as well as wire wheel the whole floor. So I probably didn't need to do that, and because I did that, these floors were gross and a bunch of stuff grinding into it, so we had to get on our hands and knees and scrub all this. But I feel good about it. I feel real good that the whole place is actually clean. Like, there's no mold, there's nothing. Like, it's nice. All the insulation's ripped out. It's nice. So if you want to go that far, do it, but it's really up to you. I don't know. Our paint was chipping, so we kind of had to. I felt like we had to. So, just coming along. We're finally there. Oh, this is a long time coming. Long time coming. It's been a lot of work getting this surface ready, getting it sanded, getting all the paint removed, getting everything ready to be converted and then painted. This is a rust converter that we're using. It's the crud cutter rust converter. I went with this one because it's biodegradable. So, you know me, I'm trying to do best for the environment always. What we're gonna do is brushes, and just paint all over the rust. And then from there, we gotta rinse it off in an hour. So, check back in with you. So, as you can see, where it was rust, it's all blacked out. It's iron oxide now. There's a couple spots here and there that I wanna get just a little bit better, but it's really pretty much all good. But like I was saying, today we are filling all these holes. Now, I've seen a lot of different techniques people do. The penny method is like one of the most common ones it seems out there. This lighting is probably horrible in here, so I'm gonna go outside. But yeah, the penny one's I think like the most like popular one. But what I'm doing is, we got so much sheet metal left over from this bus. I'm gonna cut and rip little strips that I'm doing here, and then I'll cut those into little chunks, and I'll just glue those down because that's free. That's cheaper than pennies. So, and here I am ripping that sheet metal into strips where I'll later cross cut and cut into the square pieces where I'll use to cover the holes. If you made it this far, I really want to thank you. I'm very new at this, and I'm working on my editing quality, and my video that I took way back when I originally did all this is not the best. So I can only get better from here. We'll end it with the ice and water guard and the finished product. So once again, thank you, and look out for future upcoming posts, because I'm definitely going to try to make more of these. So yeah, instead of doing the whole pennies, I cut a bunch of patches out of scrap metal we had for the bus. And then in the back here, when I ran out of the scrap metal, I did use some pennies and stuff. So, but yeah, that's something you can do to seal it. Like I said, liquid nails wasn't the best. So to finish the last few holes I had, I wanted to do it with real glue. I found that was like a better quality seal. It cost a little bit more, but it seemed to do better in all conditions. I couldn't find any footage of us actually painting it. I think it actually got corrupted on the memory card. But this is the final step, laying down the ice and water guard. I don't see a lot of people doing this, but I feel like it's a good idea just to have that extra layer of protection, seeing how we spent so much time trying to clean it all up. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.